This is the Art Beauty Podcast where we tell the real truth about the fake shit. Hi, everyone. I am Amber, and today my fabulous guest and co-host is Jeniece Trizzino. She is the VP of Product Development at Goodhabit, which is a skincare line dedicated to helping us protect ourselves against blue light. Jeniece, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, I feel like I don't want to speak for anybody else, but I probably spend like too many hours in front of a computer, TV, my phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what we actually learned is that, and this was something that really actually scared me too, because we all have this idea that like we spend a ton of time in front of the screens, but you never really fully quantify it. And so, we did a lot of research at first. And what we learned is that the average American spends almost 12 hours a day in front of a screen, which is another way of talking about that is half our life. We spend half of our lives in front of screens.
I mean, that's kind of horrific. I know that the computers have blue light, but does like your TV as well? Like does an LED TV?
Yes. So all digital devices, meaning your cell phone, your television, your tablet, your computer, your TV, your smartwatch, even some lights emit artificial blue light. So not only are we in front of screens 12 hours a day, but very often we're in front of multiple screens at the same time, because I think we're all kind of guilty of like scrolling through Instagram while reading an email, while watching TV at the same time. So then you have to take all of those into consideration. Exactly.
And that's not even counting the laptop that this is recording on.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. So like I'm totally screwed.
It's everywhere at this point. Yeah.
So let's get into blue light. Like what is it and why do we care about it?
Yeah. So blue light is actually like when you think about the spectrum of light on the scale, it is at the very bottom of the spectrum, which means that it's the one that's hitting you or reaching you first. So blue light is actually what it sounds like. In the world of light, there are invisible rays and then there are visible rays. Blue light is part of the visible ray spectrum. And because it's at the very bottom of the spectrum, it hits you first and it hits you the strongest.
Okay. Is that like a more straight wave? Do you know, or like more of a wavy wave?
It's like wavy-ish.
Okay.
Wavy-ish. It's actually like why the sky is blue, because it's what you see the most. So blue light can be emitted from the sun. Artificial blue light comes from your screens, but blue light is actually the color blue, and it's why we as humans perceive the sky to be blue.
Now, why is this so dangerous to us?
So blue light, what it does is it actually has very similar damage to our skin as sun overexposure. So essentially when blue light hits your skin, reactive oxygen species are generated. Reactive oxygen species, sometimes people know them as like free radicals. So blue light hits your skin, it causes oxidative stress, which causes free radical damage.
Right.
Oxidative stress speeds up signs of aging. Okay.
So now, like when we're comparing it to something like you mentioned UV light, right? The sun's rays, is it as damaging as UV light?
So it depends on a lot of different factors. A general rule of thumb, though, is that UVA and UVB light goes down to the first and second layer of our skin. Right. Blue light goes down to the third layer of our skin. Yikes. So it penetrates deeper than UVA and UVB. It's not quite as strong. So 1 hour in front of a screen equals 15 minutes in the sun. Wow. And math is definitely not my strong suit here, but if we factor in 12 hours a day in front of a screen, that's essentially equivalent to being in the sun unprotected every day for 3 hours. And if you just think about what that would do to your skin over a prolonged period of time, that's what's happening here.
I mean, that's horrific when we think about that. But I feel like, it's only sort of recently that we're starting to hear about this.
Yes.
Okay. Now but I've heard too, like we talk a lot about like red light therapy, and red light actually seems to be good for you. Is that correct?
Yeah. So light therapies that are generated are at like different wavelengths than the light that's just coming out of our screen. And it's actually really funny because we did a pretty large poll with customers when we were first developing Goodhabit. And the first thing we said is like, do you know what blue light is? And half of the people we spoke to said they did know what it is, and half said they didn't. But what's even more interesting is half that said they did, 50% of those people thought it was something good for exactly the reason you said. They thought it was like light therapy. It was for improving their skin, or it was like a peaceful light to help with yoga or meditation or something. And those lights exist, but this is different than what we're talking about.
But when we're talking about blue light, so I know that you can go in and like some of like the new, the light technology that you can get for your home that like Philips has like a bulb, the hue, or you can make it green or red or blue. Is that, if you make it blue, is that blue light? Is that bad for you? Or is that, we're talking about different?
That's different. That's just like a filter kind of like over it. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So blue light that's dangerous is really what's being emitted by our screens right now. Okay.
Exactly.
And so so we're getting 3 hours of unprotected, essentially sun exposure by being at work. What are our options? Does like a broad spectrum sunscreen help that?
So there are two different types of sunscreens on the market. There are chemical sunscreens and physical or mineral-based sunscreens.
Right.
Chemical sunscreens are the ones that more people tend to gravitate towards because they are the ones that can be completely clear, which a lot of people prefer because mineral-based sunscreens can often be opaque or heavy, white, greasy.
And leave that white cast on your skin. Although they're getting better. A lot of brands are getting better. Mm-hmm.
The problem is that chemical sunscreens don't protect against artificial blue light at all. And in terms of mineral-based sunscreens, you need to look for one that has a very heavy dose of iron oxides. However, to throw another wrench into the situation, most mineral sunscreens are made with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. So it's not enough to just find a mineral-based sunscreen. It has to be a mineral-based sunscreen that's made with iron oxides.
Okay, so iron oxide is what's sort of protecting us minerally.
Yes.
Is that the only thing that we have in our arsenal of protection?
From a SPF perspective, that is the only thing we have in our arsenal of protection. There are other things, other ingredients that will help with this. So antioxidants will help to a degree, which if you think about it makes logical sense because we know that artificial blue light causes oxidative damage to your skin. You can fight oxidative damage with an antioxidant. But I think it's important to note that like as your skin is being damaged, the antioxidants are kind of fighting the damage. So what they'll do is they'll ensure that your skin won't necessarily get worse, but they won't make it better. Because unless you have a way to physically stop that light from penetrating, then you're kind of just like running on a hamster wheel. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. So it's not really offering protection. It's not blocking it in the first place, which is really what we would want to do.
Yeah. Now, my team at Goodhabit, we are ingredient obsessed, I think is like the politest way we're infatuated with ingredients. And when we first set out to create the brand, we knew that we needed to come up with a technology that would be able to really like stop blue light in its tracks. Number one, from causing any more future damage to your skin. But number two, to be able to reverse all of the past damage of our skin. And what we were able to create, we probably looked at and read through the literature of over 600 ingredients. And we selected a very small amount that we curated into something we're calling Blue 5 technology. The hero in Blue 5 technology is a marine active extract, We actually sourced it off of the cold, deep waters off of the coast of Greenland. And this extract is produced by plants and microorganisms to form like a little protective bubble around them. And when you take it and you apply it topically to your skin, it acts in a similar mechanism. So this ingredient actually forms a physical shield over your face that stops blue light from penetrating into your skin.
Wow. Okay. Now, are most of your products like a sunscreen or it's moisturizers?
We did not, when we launched the brand, we didn't launch with sunscreens for a couple of reasons. One is we know that SPF only protects in a small way against blue light, and we wanted something that was a more holistic approach to protection. Two, people have the market doesn't need another sunscreen, right?
Gotcha.
Like
Fair enough.
SPFs out there.
Right.
You can add it as the last step of your regimen and you're good to go. But what the market is lacking is really holistic, complete 360-degree protection against blue light.
And forgive me, because you know what it is? I this is a fairly new line, correct?
Yes. It launched in May.
Okay, got it. Because I'm full disclosure here, I've never tried the products, I've never seen it, but I knew. I've heard a lot of, buzz lately about blue light. And when I heard that you were sort of an expert on this, I was like, I've got to get you on so that we can start to talk about it. So tell me, what are the products in your line?
Yeah. So the first collection that we launched for Goodhabit was called Rescue Me. And Rescue Me is geared around soothing hydration, even for the most sensitive skin types. Okay. And the collection has 4 main products in it. So the first product we have is it's a micellar gel. So it's a newer formula. Not a lot of consumers are used to seeing micellar gels. What they are used to seeing is micellar waters. Water,
yep.
I'm going to pretend to be a little YouTube blogger. So this is the micellar gel. And it's a completely rinse-free cleanser. So essentially what you do is you just take a couple pumps onto a cotton pad, swatch it over your face, and it removes all traces of dirt, oil, makeup, even waterproof eye makeup. The reason that we actually opted to make this a gel is because the micellars on the marketplace right now, they're either like super gentle and they do an okay job of getting rid of your face makeup, but they don't really remove your eye makeup. Or they're strong enough to get rid of face and eye, but they leave your eyes really irritated.
You know what? I mean, I shame on me as like a person in this industry. I have still not tried the micellar water. I know.
They don't work that great is the thing. Okay. You know what I mean?
I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I've got my face cleanser. Like, do I need another? This gel though sounds really interesting, especially like during travel.
Yes.
Right. I have to imagine like if you were doing and if and when long haul flights ever come back, under 2 or 3 ounces, like that's a great thing because who wants to like, you want to take your makeup off on the plane or wash up, but like who wants to use that water on your face?
Exactly.
Gross.
Exactly. Right. And that's actually one of it's super great for travel. And the reason we opted to make it a gel is so that it can have a ton of really great cleansing properties, but then also we jam-packed it with a lot of really hydrating ingredients and soothing ingredients on top of all of the blue light protection. So it gets rid of everything, but then leaves your skin feeling like really plump and supple and pretty, And it's like very cooling, refreshing.
While we're chatting, I want to go back. Are computer screens the only sort of source of blue light that we need to be wary of?
No, television screens.
Yeah.
Your cell phone, your like iPad or your tablet, your smartwatch, fluorescent light bulbs. It's really coming from every angle at this point.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Shoot. All right. That really stinks. Is it like certain types of screens too? Is it like, I don't know, LCD you know what? Let's not even go there.
Every single screen has it.
As blue light. Got it. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
And as like the screens get larger and your proximity gets closer, then the damage like escalates.
I mean, so yeah, all of us Netflix bingers. I mean, what else is everybody doing? We're all on our computers. We're all on our screens. Okay. I wonder if my ring light, is my ring light killing me right now?
Ring light. I mean, I'm a product developer. So like I'm under light boxes all day looking at colors and textures. So like it's horrible for me. But I read a stat in the New York Times a couple of weeks back that said the average screen time from the pandemic is up 35 to 50%.
Oh, for sure.
So like everybody.
Wait, does the ring light emit blue light?
It depends on the type of bulbs that it uses, but I believe so. Yeah.
Shoot, I think they're LEDs.
I think so.
Okay. Damn. All right. So good to know. But like you're saying, so we can protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you've got the cleanser. What else is in the line?
We have a toner. So this toner is actually made with a blend of 6 different acids. And the reason we did that is because right now people really want like overnight instantaneous results. We live in this like instant gratification society. And skincare usually takes around 28 days for you to see its peak results. The way that you can get results faster is by speeding up cell turnover. And the way you speed up cell turnover is through incorporating acids. Right. Now, acids can be really tricky because while they speed up cell turnover, they can also really irritate your skin and cause like a lot of inflammation and a lot of flare up, which is why like you'll see these lactic acid products on the market gaining a lot of traction. But then when you read the instructions, it always comes with this like caveat of like, try a small section
of test first. Yeah. Sure.
If you wake up in the morning and your skin isn't burned off your face, like congratulations, now gradually try a little bit more. And it's really scary. So we were like, there has to be a better way to do this. So this product is a 6 acid blend that is powerful enough to get you overnight results, but is gentle enough that you can use it on your skin twice a day, every day, even if you have super sensitive skin. So it really helps kind of give you those immediate overnight results, but it also kind of clears out all your dead skin cells. So it allows the other products to absorb in deeper and work faster too.
And which one of the products has the blue light protection?
Every single one of them.
Okay. So, all right. So what else do we have? We've got a cleanser, a toner.
This one is my personal favorite. So this is our tri-phase. It's called Glow Potion Oil Serum. And you can see it's 3 layers. So this top layer, the light blue, is a blend of nourishing oils. The middle layer is a serum, and then the bottom layer is an essence. So essentially, this product, you shake it, they all combine into one, and then you apply it like you would apply any kind of serum or toner. We love this. It's a first to market. There hasn't ever been another tri-phase treatment product before. And essentially, I kind of selfishly created this for myself. I'm one of those people who had like a 14-step skincare routine where I had like 5 different oils and 5 different essences and all these serums. And I'd go to wash my face at night and my fiance would be like, okay, see you in an hour. Like when you're done. No.
I go in and I'm like, okay, I'm going to put in my creams, and it's the same thing. It's an hour.
Takes forever.
Although, you know what? I was looking at my husband yesterday. He's like a couple of years younger than me, but not much. But, as I was going to wash my face just last night, I was thinking, you know what? I don't think he looks that much older or younger than I do. And he's not doing any of this crap. Anything. Like,
it'll catch up.
I wonder if we've just convinced ourselves that we need all of this stuff, but I like it. So that aside.
But that's kind of why we made this, because this basically takes like 7 products and merges them all into one. And so it takes all of this time out of your routine while offering the blue light protection in there.
And then you have a moisturizer, I'm assuming, for last.
And then we have our moisturizer. It's called Water Jelly Dew Cream. Okay. And it has this really fun, like, playful texture. This formula also has our Blue 5 technology. It's packed with over 20% humectants. So humectants are ingredients that draw and attract water to your skin, and they're what give you that like really beautiful, plump, hydrated complexion. This formula has around 5 times the amount that you would find in a normal formula on the market. And the reason we did that is because we wanted to have like the most intense hydration, but in this really fun, lightweight texture.
And so it's hitting me. You just launched this like right as COVID was happening.
In the middle of COVID. Yeah. And we had actually been developing this line for over 2 years with May always our target launch date. And then COVID hit and there was a little bit of an existential crisis as to like, do we launch? Do we wait? But at the end of the day, our leadership, we felt that this product is actually needed now more than ever.
I would say, like, in some ways, it sucks that you can't maybe necessarily get it into the retail and you're not getting that kind of exposure. But it seems to me like if we have, if our screen time is up 30%, that we need this more than ever now.
Yeah.
So where can people get these products?
So right now we're online at goodhabitskin.com. We thought that it was very important for us to launch online first because blue light is a new topic that it requires a certain degree of education. And consumers, rightfully so, are having a little bit of like, prove this to me type of
totally.
thing.
I'm just like having a little giggle right now because it's like you need to be educated, but yet you don't want to spend too much time doing the research in front of your screen.
It's gonna,
catch 22. But I get it. Yeah, and people do. Consumers are smart. Consumers want that proof.
Yes. So
do you have any sort of clinical studies, data like that we can see on there?
Yes. So we have all of our products are thoroughly tested. We do go through clinical safety testing, consumer perception testing as well. In addition, all of our formulas have between 15 to 20% active ingredients. The average, just to put it in perspective, that you'll find as a formula is like 3 to 5%.
Sure.
So we are really going out of our way to invest in the formula. Everything that we say is in there at an efficacious level, not at like a marketing, a lot of times we'll be like, this has, I don't know, strawberry in it. And then you look and the strawberries and they're at like 0.0001%.
Totally. It's like the last thing on the,
Exactly. And it doesn't do anything and it's just for story. So we don't believe in doing that. We want to put out stuff that actually really works.
Well, this is, listen, the blue light protection, I'm hearing more and more about this right now. So it seems like, this is something that I definitely will be keeping my eye on. And I would thank you so much for coming on to help us be a little bit more educated about it. Realizing, it's not just
it's the silent ager of our generation,
which really stinks. I mean, you think about like all those kids who are on. Question for you. What about the body? Anything for the body?
So we are ideating down that path.
Okay.
For sure. Not right now. I think, face first. I would say to everybody, regardless of what skincare products you're using, your facial skincare should start at your chest. So like anything that you are applying, start from here and go all the way up because all of this is your face. And if you only do your actual face, your neck will tell how old you are, your chest, like all this will start showing signs. So you have to give all of it love.
And hey, I wonder if, it's also maybe like those long sleeved anythings are better. If you're sitting at the office for 8 hours a day, try to protect yourself the best you can.
Yeah. Cover up if you have to.
Oh my goodness. Jeniece, thank you so much for coming on and, telling us about this very terrifying topic, but, for doing, trying to help us avoid getting older. This just really stinks. I'm sorry. There's like nothing else I can say about it. I'm so disappointed that this is like a real thing because I'm spending, like you said, probably 12 hours a day at least.
Yeah.
At least. Okay. So again, if people want to learn more about the products, they can go to goodhabitskin.com.
Yep.
Awesome. And of course, everybody, if you've got questions that you want me to pass to Jeniece or even just do a little more research on for you, you can always email me at hello@artbeautypodcast. And of course, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Art Beauty Podcast. And as always, we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.